smokers, folks, this ain't no dang joke as the chef is moving up big here today, and do I have some big news, okay? I have some big news to share. You will not see what I'm about to share in a press release or anything like that right now, okay? This is some real news on the DL, and I want to frame this properly and explain to folks why this is such a big deal, okay? Now, first off here, the chef making a very, very nice upward move here today. 5.7% as of right now. As I've prepped this video, the stock went up even more. Not at a 52-week high, but dang, it has come back strong. Look at the 1 month chart on this baby. I mean, ever since it hit $16, that baby like jumped on the biggest trampoline and just went zoom like to the sky. I mean, it's been quite a move, needless to say, in this one in a very quick amount of time. And a lot of folks don't even know about this news I'm about to share with you guys here in this video. My gosh, okay, yeah, it's a $65,000 upward move just with the chef shares in my main private account today. So, woo, man, has it been a big turn. Now we're up about $250,000 in the stock. And this is just after we were down, a pretty decent amount just a couple weeks ago. That's the stock market for you, man. It can be, rough times to good times to bad times. It changes real quick, okay? By the way, I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, I'll ask in returns that you smash that like button. That's literally it, guys. Helps out huge in the YouTube algorithm. Oh, by the way, just so you know, we did launch a huge brand new course that I know a lot of you guys will love. How to invest like a pro in 24 hours or less. If you want to check that out, check out the pinned comment down there, okay? So I want to frame this properly, okay, and why this is such a huge deal. When I first started buying Tesla, that was 2018 roughly. The shorts, the naysayers on this company, they had a lot of bad things to say, right? One being, well, they had 3 products in the lineup, right? And one of them they were trying to ramp, and there was a lot of, questions. Can they even ramp successfully, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, there's 2 other products they hardly even sell, right? Model S, Model X, at least if you compare them to other car companies, like how well their products sell. And so, this is the way shorts were viewing it, or people that were naysayers in the company, and the way I was viewing it as this company's innovating. They're going to keep coming out with more products, newer products at different price points that will excite, customers. The companies, if you just looked at their track record, they had been on over the last, 7 or 8 years. The company did nothing but innovate and continue to build their brand, continue to, come out with new products and services that folks would be interested in. And so I was like, this isn't slowing down. This is just going to ramp up more and more. Sure enough, over time, they launched the Model Y, which is obviously, unbelievable success. And who knows, maybe that even sells better than Model 3 over time, right? And then Cybertruck, they obviously showed that product off here a couple years ago. They're expected to get into production within probably I wouldn't be surprised within the next 6 months when it comes to Cybertruck, right? And that could be Tesla's #1 selling product, honestly, in the United States of America, right? The company just continues to innovate, continues to push. This is something that the short sellers or the naysayers on the company didn't even have in their books, right? And I used to talk about this all the time, self-driving and how Tesla was on the forefront of this and had a great possibility. Well, nowadays it's really viewed as Tesla's probably the leader in that market, right? And that's the way a lot of folks, and now, they might even come out with a robot. It's getting crazy over there at Tesla. They're trying to go after a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity, like a whole other type of scale, right? But at the end of the day, companies that innovate and continue to push the boundaries, they continue to thrive, right? The last thing you want to do if you're a company is stagnate. You want innovation. That's what I saw in Tesla, and it's obviously paid off, unbelievable, right? If you look at Apple, over the past 10, 20 years, the company's done nothing but just continue to come out with new products and services that are real intriguing. This used to be a company that was just a desktop computer company, laptop company. But what you saw especially once they started launching the iPod products, was, oh my gosh, this company's going to continue to come out with new products at new price points and excite customers and get more revenue streams, right? And next thing you know, 2007 comes, they launch the iPhone, show that off. 2010, they launch iPads, and then they launch different versions of iPads, right? And then they obviously launch Apple Watch and, speakers and Apple TV and so many other products now, never mind their software business and how big that is. And so great companies that innovate, they keep on innovating, okay? Now, when you're talking about companies like Tesla, Apple, those are, multi-trillion-dollar type opportunities, right? Apple, for instance, is already a multi-trillion-dollar company, right? A lot of folks feel like Tesla will become a multi-trillion-dollar company over the next 5-10 years, right? Those are crazy opportunities. But let's talk about a food and drink company, Monster, right? This is a product that was launched in 2002. This product you're watching in front of you right now. This product, and that was it, right? And this was a great step up for that company because that was Hanson's Natural Beverage back in the day, and they were just a juice company, a floundering juice company, right? And they launched this product, and it completely changes the business forever, right? And now, if you look at that company, after that point, they just continue to innovate, and that's what made it such a great stock and one of the best stocks you could possibly be in. From basically 2000 to 2020, this is one of the best stocks in the entire stock market could have been in. A drink company, right? Doesn't seem like anything special, but they continue to innovate. They came out with a sugarless drink, right? They came out with the other drinks that were mixed with other products that had different flavor profiles, and lemonades, and teas, and juice products, right? Then they launched a whole other brand to compete with Bang, which is called Reign, right? And Reign is now a multi-billion-dollar brand likely in itself if that was a standalone company. And so it's a great company that just continues to innovate, continues to push their marketing, and is just continue to build up a beast of a company, right? And so that takes us to Tattooed Chef here today, right? Where Tattooed Chef, the shorts and the naysayers, they're going to act like, oh, this is just a company that, is selling some vegetable blends in Costco and Sam's Club or something like that, right? That's what you're going to hear from those folks, right? Because that's, where the company has kind of started as far as building their brand. But then they launched into smoothie bowls and really started building that out in the back half of last year. Then single serve bowls, which has taken off like crazy this year. Meat alternatives, the plant-based pizzas, which now last night I went to my local Smith's. Smith's is owned by Kroger, for those that don't know, okay? And I just saw Tattooed Chef pizzas in the Smith's stores. I bought a couple myself, and that is really, really darn exciting, right? So now the company has pushed into all these different verticals, and inside these verticals, they create multiple SKUs. So it's not like they just have one, a smoothie bowl. Now they have multiple smoothie bowls. The single serve bowls, it's not like they just have one, like cauliflower mac and cheese. No, they have a ton of different ones, and then they're just going to keep expanding that, right? Same thing with vegetable blends. Meat alternatives, same exact thing, and they're making all their own plant-based products now as far as meats as well. Don't be surprised if they compete bigger and bigger in that space over time, right? The plant-based pizzas, maybe they just launched a pepperoni one and a cheese one at first. All of a sudden, next thing you know, it's this one, that one. It's like 10 different pizzas they have to offer, right? But then we take it one step further, and all of a sudden, folks that are naysayers on this company, short sellers, what are they going to say? They're going to say, it's just a frozen food company. That's all. They can't get out of the frozen aisle, right? Well, what if I told you that's a little false? Just last night, I posted in the private Discord chat, in the private stock group, I posted this picture, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight that for you guys, okay? A little secret download stuff here, okay? What you're looking at here is the trademarks website, United States Patent and Trademark Office. And what do we see here? Tattooed Chef has went ahead and made trademarks for chips, cassava chips, tortilla chips, plant-based snacks. That could be a lot of different things. Nutritional bars and meal replacement bars. Yes, the chef is about to not just become a frozen food company, even though the frozen food opportunity for this company is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity for this company just in itself. Just a frozen food opportunity, when you're talking about a lot of these big frozen food brands, we're talking 20, 30, 40, 50 different SKUs in one major grocery store. Tattooed Chef has launched in a lot of these stores with what? 6 SKUs, 4 SKUs, 8 SKUs. So where do you think this company's going? So the frozen food opportunities are crazy big. But then you're talking about this company's on its way to becoming a food giant, which is the way I've always viewed it, right? When you talk about getting into chips, tortilla chips, plant-based snacks, nutritional bars, meal replacement bars, all those sorts of things, this is when you take the next leap forward, just as a company in general, okay? And you're trying to become a massive food conglomerate. And this is, if you're talking about, food companies or just companies in general, right, that are huge in consumer packaged products, they have a ton of different touch points, essentially, right? It's not like Coca-Cola, all they own is Coca-Cola and Diet Coke and Coke Zero. They own a million other soda brands and just different brands in general, Okay, Unilever, same thing. Look at PepsiCo. If you really know how many different brands and products PepsiCo owns, it's crazy. And all of a sudden you're like, holy smokes, PepsiCo like has like a near monopoly stake in the chip game essentially. And a lot of folks don't even know that they own the chip game essentially, right? It's absolutely incredible. And you look at all the different brands that PepsiCo owns. It's incredible, right? Kellogg's, so many different touch points, so many different, angles. Look at a company like General Mills, same exact thing. Mondelez, right? And you look at these companies, and it's extraordinary. And these companies have all become, $10 billion to multi-$100 billion companies, right? Some of these companies are like in that, maybe $20, $50 billion valuations. Some of these are multi-$100 billion. Actually, most of these are multi-$100 billion valuations, right? And it's because they have so many successful products that are consumer touch points in so many different categories and around the globe. And what's interesting around a lot of these brands is because they're old school food companies, they had to acquire a ton of different brands over time. When most of these brands were built out, there was not social media. And it was very unrealistic to build, or at least it was thought back then, that you couldn't build one brand and have a ton of different products around one brand. It was like you had to launch a different brand, and then you had to acquire companies, right? And so that was the way it was viewed back then. But what Tattooed Chef's doing, and what makes this company special, is they're going to end up being in a situation where this company is creating all around one brand, okay, which is Tattooed Chef. And so Tattooed Chef is going to become a company that is known not just for single-serve bowls, smoothie bowls, vegetable blends, meat alternative, pizzas, things like that, right? But they're going to be known for chips, nutritional bars, and things like that, right? Now, here's where things get next level crazy, all right? So, first off, think about this for a moment. If all you have is one brand, the amount of marketing spend you have to do on that brand is exponentially lower. Because think about it from this context, right? The only good thing for a lot of these companies is a lot of these brands are built so people are used to buying them. Like, I'm going to buy some Coke Zero, right? Because I'm used to buying it. But the bad thing is, when you're these big conglomerates, you have a million different brands, you have to spend advertising money to keep those brands relevant all the time to the next generation, right? And you have to constantly spend on all these different brands. Versus, imagine if they just own one big brand that had all these different touch points, right? And where it was a trusted brand that people loved, and they're like, I love, this product in this category, right? If all of a sudden you can do that, now you only have to spend your marketing dollars on one brand versus a million different brands. And so that's a factor that the short sellers and naysayers, they can't even comprehend this stuff. They can't even comprehend the fact that you only have to spend advertising dollars on one brand or worry about one brand rather than 100 different brands versus these other companies, right? Also keep in mind, right? Keep in mind that these products Tattooed Chef is creating, the short sellers will say they're not that profitable today, right? Well, imagine as this business scales how profitable these products are. For instance, I at Smith's last night, okay? I just wish the shorts and the naysayers would spend just a few minutes to just think about these things logically, right? I buy one of these pizzas last night, right? I think it was $6.99 if I recall. I bought two of them. It was $6.99 each, right? And I'm looking at this pizza, and I'm like, as Tattooed Chef gets bigger and bigger distribution and brings down costs, I think these pizzas are going to cost, in terms of how much it costs to make the product, I think less than $1. Literally, okay? And so I think Tattooed Chef could be even doing deals in the future like 2 for $10, 3 for $12, things like that, and still be making some crazy profits while taking huge market share. I think because they've launched their brand with kind of a premium cachet around it and at premium price points, you can always come down on price point, right? And especially as this business scales and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, I think the margins are going to be ridiculous for this company. I think the margins are going to be some of the most attractive you've ever seen in the food category in general. And so there's just no doubt in my mind, I just look at the products and I'm like, man, how much could this really cost as this business scales? Like literally you buy some of their products and it's like, oh, this is good, but it's like there's no way this costs even remotely close to $4.99 to do this product, or $5.99 or something like that. It's, you know, like $1, maybe $2 cost, if even that, right? And that's even including the packaging, right? So when I look at Tattoo Chef, I see a business that is going to emerge and become a food giant over time. This is, you know, something that's going to play out over the next 5+ years that we're going to watch right in front of our eyes, or it becomes a food giant. And then not only that, it becomes much more profitable than any of these food companies we've seen before. And when I say much more profitable, I don't mean that they're going to overtake Coca-Cola's net income. Let me be very clear about that. What I'm saying is essentially for every $1 that comes through revenue, the percentage that makes its way down to net income is going to be crazy, because they're building all around one brand. They don't have to worry about a million different brands and all those reputations of all those different brands, right? And advertising for all those brands. They've got one brand to worry about, and then they can launch that brand and immediately folks will know. Imagine as Tattooed Chef gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? As this company gets more and more popular, more and more folks try their products and know about it. If all of a sudden you see Tattooed Chef have a meal replacement bar, immediately you know, hey, I like Tattooed Chef's smoothie bowls. I'm going to probably like this as well, right? Rather than start a brand new brand over and you're like, I got to start this over, right? You're already familiar with that. You already know that. You already trust that, right? And we've already seen Tattooed Chef do this very, they've executed so well on this, where all of a sudden it was like they created this product and now you want to try their other products, right? Their single serve bowls, and then you want to try their pizzas. And so already doing it in that, they're going to be able to emulate that success and do it into these new product categories, which is absolutely a massive, massive game changer for this company over the next 5+ years. And all of a sudden you're going to walk into a grocery store. I imagine walking into a grocery store 3 years from now, 5 years from now, and you're going to see, I mean, shoot, it might even be sooner than that. You're going to see Tattooed Chef have full doors, if not multiple full doors in the freezer aisle. Then you're going to walk down the snack aisle and likely see a bunch of items. You might walk down the diet aisle and see a bunch of different items in there. And you're going to be like, holy smokers, this ain't no jokers. Tattooed Chef's a real deal. Holyfield, okay? They're respected as a food giant over time, in my opinion. So hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. And the most innovative company by far and away in the food game right now is Tattooed Chef, and it's not even remotely close. It's them, and I don't even know who's number 2, but number 2 so far behind him, it's not even funny. And anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video as always. Much love. Don't forget to smash that like button before you leave for the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate you guys. You want to check out that course? It's brand new. Check it out, How to Invest Like a Pro in 24 Hours or Less. That'll be pinned comment down there, and have a great day.